Hello and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where we go over everything travel. And today we're going to go over New Agent Phase 2, which is a great training for new agents to take after they've completed registration. I'm going to go over everything from how to set up the foundations of your business, how to schedule everything, how to set up your platforms for marketing. So we're going to talk about a lot of good stuff. So before you attend, please make sure that you have completed some type of new agent orientation. You can reach out to your mentor or your platinum for that, but you want to at least get your vendors set up because we're going to be talking about how to get different clientele, and you won't be able to get those clients and book them without having vendors. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started. A little bit of an overview for you guys. We're going to talk about branding, finding your niche. We're going to go over contact forms, launching your business, advertising and marketing. I'm going to give you a lot of good pro tips, profit potential, continuing your education, and scheduling, which is the biggest thing that we do as travel advisors. We love to schedule. So what are the business basics? What is the foundation that you need in order to make sure that when you are launching, you have everything set up? That's the first part that we're going to talk about. Of course, the first thing that you're going to need is a business name. Now, we are partnered with Archer Travel, but we are not exactly Archer Travel, right? We're just partnered with them. So it is important that we have our own identity, our own brand, and you can do so by starting off with the business name and logo. So develop a business name, and you need to make sure that it is not on Google, as in it has another company attached to it, and also that maybe it's used by other travel advisors. You don't want to use one that's already taken because it's going to be really hard for you to get noticed on the internet based off of what we call SEO, also known as search engine optimization. What does that mean for you? So if you go in and you use a name that's already been taken for like 4 or 5 years and then try to go and build it, it's always going to list that other company first. So make sure that your business name is unique and not used by others. After you have that part done, you're going to want to sit down and come up with a logo. You can, of course, design your own logo for free in Canva, but as you can see, this is mine. Okay, I'm Travel with Ash, and my logo was actually made from ChatGPT. So you can go in, ChatGPT is free as well, and tell it exactly what kind of logo to make, and it will also make one for you. Up to you how you want to do it. All right, that's the first part. We have our business name and our logo. Make sure that if you haven't already, you are writing this stuff down. And I also have something really cool for you. At the end of this training, anything that we are going through today with business name, logo, I have it all set up as a checklist. So once we are done and you've already went through all the steps, you can go ahead and start marking off what you have done. I have it all listed for you. And it also will have trainings in there. So if you don't know how to do something like, I don't know, design a logo in Canva, we have a training for it. So you make sure that you have complete help as you're completing the list. Love that. And I'll give it to you guys at the end of this training. So first up, business name and logo. That's the foundation. Let's go to the next one. Now you're going to want to create a contact form. Here's mine. It's taking up whole entire screen, but I do mine through JotForm. I absolutely adore JotForm because it is also an app. So for us, that means we never miss an inquiry. I will always tell you guys, make sure you respond to an inquiry within 30 minutes, even if it's just a text saying, hey, I got your inquiry. I'm so excited to work with you. Give me about 72 hours and I'll have you a quote. Perfect. Done. That gets the ball rolling, but you don't want to wait to do that. Now, another option is also Google Forms. And I have had Google Forms in the past, but my email, I don't know what happened. I just kept missing the inquiries, and you don't want to ever do that, right? So I registered with JotForm so I can get it as an app on your phone, but either one works for you. Now, I do have a training for JotForm. It is inside that cheat sheet. And I also give you the template for this one right here so that you can use it too. It's not going to let you move on it, but this is what JotForm starts off with, and then it moves down. We have a logo, we have a business name, and now they're able to contact us. Regardless of how you plan on marketing, you need to have a contact form, and it needs to be everywhere. People need to see it. The more they see it, the more likely they're going to submit an inquiry. If they have to look for it, they're not going to do that, right? Next one. Set up social media slash marketing. In this part, I don't want you to actually set up the platform. What I want you to do is to set up your marketing strategy. If you plan on marketing in person, then your route would be ordering collateral, getting your business cards, flyers, whatever you want to do, so you can start telling people in person who you are. We do have something really cool called Popple. Popple is a free digital business card that you can download on your phone. And it's an app that can basically share your information by just a QR code that's given to you through the app. And a person can come in, tap the QR code, and it saves your information. It will also give them an option to put in their information to send it back to you. So I highly recommend that, whether you're marketing in person or even online, just go ahead and set that up, because you'd be surprised who you talk to when you're walking around. I don't even try to, honestly, like, I market in person, but I don't sit here and like yell like I'm Travel with Ash, right? But you still start coming into contact with people regardless of what you're doing. And trust me, when they hear you're a travel advisor, the first thing they want to do is, oh, well, I'm traveling, da, 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 right? Start the conversation. So get that set up, regardless of what marketing strategy you choose. When it comes to setting up the marketing strategies, even if you plan on marketing in person, you still, all of you guys want to set up some type of social media platform. I would suggest doing them separate from your personal account, unless it's like TikTok and you want to be a creator, that's different, okay? But if it's on Facebook, Instagram, you either want to make them a professional account or set them up completely different, because you're going to start doing automated marketing. So it's going to start posting continuously. If you don't want to upset the people, your locals that are already on your Facebook, then set up a different platform to start pushing them there. When it comes to setting up these social media platforms, it is very important to have some kind of basis on which ones you want to choose. I don't recommend going out there and just signing up for everything and just setting it all up, because it's really going to overwhelm you. I honestly recommend doing only a few to start. What you're comfortable with is really a good suggestion, but a few to start, maybe like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right? What else do people use these days? Twitter, X, I think is what it is, Threads, something like that. Set up platforms that you are comfortable with, maybe platforms that you already have, and then start mastering them one at a time. Now, when I say mastering, you're still going to post on other platforms like cross posting because of the automated marketing that we have, but you can really just sit down and start looking how Facebook's working for you. What posts work for you is what I mean by mastering. I recommend this because it helps build up your platforms. I try to do one like every month. So for example, I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So right now, my Facebook, this is an old picture, but it's now probably like 1,500, 500, whatever. And these are something that I have worked on over time. Right? And when I work on these, I sit down and I just focus. These analytics are working. I'm getting better, views by posting a photo or a video. And then I will just kind of redo it over and over. And that is how you build the followers. All right. Now, before we get into all of that, because that's going to be something that comes with time, right? The idea of it is just, I don't want you to get overwhelmed with the amount of social media that's out there, because there is a lot. So just go where you're comfortable and then build on that. When you set up your platforms, I want to also make sure that you know about BranchUp and Ralio. So BranchUp and Ralio are automated social media marketing platforms that we are given that we can attach our social media sites to. So BranchUp goes to Facebook and LinkedIn, and Ralio, which is currently US only, Ralio will attach to all the social medias. So social medias, I mean like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of the above. All right. Now, these two are going to help you a lot, because it's going to make it to where you have kind of less stress when it comes to marketing, because they're going to post 3, 6, 7, 8 times a day. It just depends on the platform. All right. Make sure that when you're doing this, that these are business pages and not a regular account. What do I mean by that? If you get that option to add somebody as a friend, that's a regular account. A business page will only let you like and follow it. So make sure that when you're setting up that account that it is actually a business platform. Unless you're on TikTok, you can also do a creator platform, which kind of works the same, but it's public. When it comes to setting up the platforms, there's a few other ones that you're going to want to keep in mind. I'm not talking necessarily about social media when it comes to this. One of the biggest things that you're going to say a lot when you're marketing is check the link in the bio, especially if you use Instagram and TikTok. You can't put links in your post, they don't work. So, a way around that, anytime we're marketing, we'll tell them, but check the link in the bio, hit the link in the bio. We say it over and over. So, we need something to put in the bio, right? Linktree is probably one of the best things that you can put in there. I absolutely adore Linktree. It is a lot of fun to put together and create. It is also free, of course, but when you're marketing, you have to put something in there, which is great for Linktree because it's going to put all of your links in one spot. This is mine down here. All of your social media goes in one spot. So if they want to connect to you on TikTok, they can. Instagram, they can. Then we also have affiliate links. If you guys remember that from presentation, we talk about affiliate links. You guys are going to get access to what I know of is over 32 so far that I've seen. So you can put them in there if you want. You don't have to, but they're there. It's a great place to send everybody to just like a one-stop shop so they don't have to go everywhere to look for your stuff. Now, we also have options for Google My Business and Yelp. You can register with them. Then you're going to want to start adding those affiliate links to maximize your marketing potential. Use them on social media. You can use them in your Linktree, use them in your mock bookings. Okay. These are what's going to help get you listed. Remember when I told you we're building SEO? When we're using that Linktree and we're putting the links in there, they start building. So using affiliate links is a great way to build yourself online. There are other platforms out there. Just write them down right now. You don't have to do them. But if you get to a place where you're like, okay, this isn't going as fast as I want it to, you can also get yourself listed locally. And the Nextdoor app and also Alignable, which will refer business to business kind of deal, is done on there on Alignable. All these platforms, of course, are free, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. But I just want you to know that there's a lot of options out there. I am the marketing girl, okay? I can tell you all these different platforms. I've tried them, or maybe I use them. I can talk about them for days. But the point of this is getting you set up everywhere so you don't have to worry about the stuff later when you get your clientele. And then the last one I have on here is Popl. We already talked about that one. It's the digital business card. So when you're setting up these platforms, do you have to do them all today? No, but I want you to know about them so that you can make sure that you hit every single angle of this marketing. You want to hit it hard and then build the momentum as you are being consistent, right? So you want to set up these platforms before you start talking to anybody so that it's already in place. And then when you get busy, you don't have to worry about it. Now, we have our brand set up with our business name and logo. We got our contact form set up. We bring it all together with the Linktree. Then we start talking about other platforms. And then we're going to bring these affiliate links in here. I have a training on how to do every single one of these. Everything in here, there's a training for. And it's inside that cheat sheet. So for now, what I want you to do, I want you to see this and I want you to write down things that you know you need to do, whether you have a Linktree or not. If you need to get on Google My Business, write that down. I have a training for it. If you need to get on Yelp, write that down. If you need to start doing your affiliate links, do that. If you want to start using those affiliate links, write that down. Okay. If you haven't got on Nextdoor or Alignable, and maybe you need new platforms to try, write those down. And then, of course, don't forget Popl. Everybody needs a Popl because Popls will be your best friend, especially even when we meet up, like when we go to convention and stuff. You want to get everybody's contact numbers. Popl even works great for that. It is just a great way to pass your information around and get their information too. Okay, now we have our platform set up, and I'm talking about in the process. We might not have them set up right now, but we know what we need to do for platforms. Let's continue. So what's next? Before you can actually start putting anything on these platforms other than the automated marketing, you need to decide on what you would like to sell or your niche. You don't need to have the exact like This is exactly what I'm going to sell, but I need you to get a rough idea because marketing will not make sense to you until you know exactly what you want to market. So, we're going to sit down and analyze all aspects of your niche. We're going to think about any problems that correlate with your niche because this is going to be your advantage point. This is what you can use to make yourself different from other people, as there are problems when it comes to booking this type of travel. In that, I want you to consider, how does the process work for your buyer? I say this for reasons that probably don't make sense right now, but every buyer has a process when it comes to buying something. We all have our own processes too. Think about everyday life. That is what I want you to consider. I want you to consider, when this person buys this type of travel, whether it be all inclusive, wedding destination cruises, we have tours, trains, everything. What is their process when they're buying it? Because this is how you can get into the mind of a buyer and then really develop your marketing strategy based off of what they're thinking. That way, it automatically pulls them in when they see it. That's where we're going for. We're going to make this as easy as possible for the marketing strategies because we already know what they're thinking when they're looking for that type of travel. So, first step is determining what that's going to be for you. Now, when you're considering your niche, I want you to consider, what are your passions for travel? Do not try to sell something at first that you are not comfortable talking about because it's going to make it harder for you to sell. I started out with Las Vegas and I love and adore Las Vegas. So I could just talk about all the different resorts there, all the different things you can do there. Like, I was really good at that. So that's where I started at. Now, this day, 3 years later, do I still sell Las Vegas? Yeah, here and there, but it's not a main focus for me anymore. Your niche can definitely change over time and you can have more than one. Why am I saying this? I want you to understand that it doesn't have to be a complete decision today. It doesn't have to be, I'm exactly doing this, and tomorrow it might change, and that's okay. But I want you to have an idea of where you're going with what you're selling so you know where to market, what to market, how to talk when you're marketing, because you can figure out who you're marketing to. Now, once you have this considered, I want you to research the different profit potential for this niche. Make sure there's a good audience for it. Make sure it's going to be easy for you to market. As well, consider that competition and the market that you're going to be putting this information out to, and then test it. Test it for a few weeks. See how it goes. If you still feel confident about it, great. If not, start switching it over time to something else. So let's talk about how to find your niche. Now, I have this beautiful solution wheel that I created based off of this weird training I saw one time, but we're going to use it for finding your niche instead. So, how this works is, I'm going to give you guys an example. Here's one for weddings that I did. Now, the middle of it is going to be the niche. Okay, that's what it says. The middle is the niche, and then you're going to write the problem in each spot. So, whatever problems they have for this niche, and I'm going to give you what I mean, and then write the solution above it. Okay, so the solution is going to go above it right here, and then the marketing tactic that you want to take is going to go inside the triangle. Let me explain. So, weddings, and then a lot of the times people with destination weddings have problems with where to go, right? And then another problem that they always have are expenses. So, I'm breaking down the niche. The reason I'm breaking this down is because these are going to be my marketing tactics. These are going to be how I pull people in right here. We know that the solution of where to go would be to research the best locations, right? And then we're going to give them the marketing tactic, which is showing them different options for wedding destinations. So I would do like Tulum, Cancun, the Dominican Republic kind of deal, right? Then you come over here with money. Money is another big problem with weddings. So we're going to show them deals. How do we show them deals? By giving them wedding packages that given to us through different resorts. That's how we do the solution wheel. Okay. It's silly, but it really helps you sit down and go, oh, I didn't even think about that being a problem when it comes to booking Disney. What's the problem with Disney? It's overcrowded. So you need to check the dates, the best times to go, right? Then a lot of another thing is people don't know where to go inside the parks. Give them a breakdown of the parks. There's a lot of different things that you can do. You just need to take a look at every part of the niche. Once you figure out the different parts of the niche that you can turn into your own market, You're going to take that brand image that you have made for yourself with your logo and your name, and then you're going to want to become known for what you do. You're going to become an expert. That is how you gain leverage on social media. People come and book with people because they know they can trust them. You can build trust through social media posts. And on average, a person needs to see you roughly 8 times before they feel comfortable booking with you. So, gives you an idea of what you need to do. You can grasp the power of social media by listening to them. Listen to what your audience that's now following you, look at what they're posting, look at what they're talking about. And that is a great way to pull them in. Another thing that you can do is watch what works for others. Now, of course, you're not going to completely copy what they're doing word for word, but if you see a certain type of post is working for them, then imitate them because they're going to help you bring in other audience as well. One of the biggest things that you can do when turning your niche into your market is meeting the needs of your clients. That's what I'm explaining here for this example, is meeting the needs of them. So what are your clients' issues? That is how you can really turn your niche into your market, because you're going to break down and show them not only are you the expert, but that you can meet their needs when it comes to booking travel. Now we got the business basics. It's time to start launching your business. Of course, we're going to have a checklist of everything that I'm talking about here, even with the how to find your niche. I have an entire training on it, but we're going to talk about what's the best way you can go about launching your business. First, you're going to want to do a launch announcement. So this announcement, you can post your certificate if you want. You can announce yourself, educate your friends and family on what you do. Make sure this is on your personal page. And what I want you to do, you're going to have your platforms already set up like we just did, right? When you're announcing it, now you're going to tag and invite to your business page. So you're going to tag your business page in your personal announcement. What does this do? It helps convert people over to your business page. You can also invite them to your business page as well, but you want to just do a quick post like, hey guys, guess what? Certified travel advisor now. Here's this information. Go like my business page. That's what we're doing. Okay. So you can post a photo of your certificate, and then we have a script for you. It's inside the cheat sheet. I'm going to show it to you. And then be prepared to respond to any type of inquiries, but do not discuss any travel arrangements. Or if anybody sees this and they're like, I want to join your team, that happens a lot too. But don't discuss any of that in a public setting. Make sure you tell them, I will send you a message. Then any potential clients that ask for you, if they are like, hey, interested, I need to book something actually, can you help me? I want you to allow yourself at least 48 to 72 hours to give them a quote. Do not be like, yeah, let's go, because you are going to need what? Help. Help me, mentor, help me. That's perfectly fine, but you better give your mentor at least 24 hours to get set up with you. Don't rush your mentor, okay? Respect their time. So you can do that by giving your clients, hey, give me 48 to 72 hours. You can do this for the first couple of settings, and then when you're ready to just take off, do it on your own, right? But for the first few ones, you're going to need help from your mentor. So make sure you give yourself time. And with that announcement, it might enact things that you don't know. I say this because I have seen people, I've been here for 3 years. I've seen people who never even set up social media and still get clients. I've seen people set up social media and then not get clients from there, and they end up just going on and about. I've seen people just post something like this and they get an overload of clients. I've seen people that not even have to mention something like this and they still get clients through social media just by posting their business page, right? There's so many different things that can happen when you start talking to clients. So make sure you give yourself some grace and make sure you have everything set up before you do so. Here's a sample script. Breaking news, I'm excited to announce I'm now a certified home-based travel advisor or agent. As a travel agent, I can qualify you, blah, blah, blah. Right here, you're going to edit this. It's going to be in the cheat sheet, but you're going to edit this and put your actual niche or what you want to do. I've even, if you've done, this is just an example script. So whatever you want to put here, chat GPT for all I care. I can't believe the amazing perks I get. Feel free to contact me anytime. Add business page. Perfect. Okay, so something like this works. And then, of course, make it sound nice through ChatGPT. All right, now that you have announced your business, it is important that you have to shift your focus to marketing and continuing education. Once you've launched, that's the start of it, but you can't just stop there. You have to keep going. This is the biggest part that people make a mistake on. They launch, they post once or twice, and then they'll come to me and say, "Oh, it's not working." Okay, but what did you do? You posted one time. Nobody gets clients from posting one time. Consistency is key for marketing, and make sure that they see activity often. Think about it like this. When you're going to go and pick your dentist, are you going to pick the dentist that you can't even find online? No. You're going to go pick the dentist that you can read reviews. You can see them being active. You can see that they're interacting or doing this or showing different deals. That's the person you want to work with. Be that person so people will want to work with you too. I will tell you, when it comes to the follow through, one of the most important parts that you have to do is stay connected. Attend the trainings. I don't want you to attend all of them, but I want you to attend at least one or two a week. Try to get with your mentor once a week. Stay connected. Stay in. Ask questions. Do not think that you have to do this on your own. I want you to think about it like this. So you guys all paid $89 to get started in this. Why are you not using all of your $89 worth of tools? Don't put yourself in a box. Get out there, get connected. That is one of the best ways that you can get clients, because when you're in these trainings, think about everything I've told you today. Some of you might not even known about Nextdoor. Some of you might not even known that Linktree connects everything. There's something always new taught in a training. So make sure you stay connected. We don't recommend attending a bunch of them, but don't forget about them either, because they are going to really help you stay in the know. You're going to want to be motivated. That's what these trainings do. They give you something new to learn about, and then you keep going. Marketing and scheduling. Once your business is launched, you're going to get this little stump where it's like, what do I do now? This is your time. Just get in there and start marketing. And the best way to market is to schedule. There are several different marketing types that you can do. We have social media, which is the biggest one, I feel, because there's over 4.9 billion people on there. We have print collateral. You can order from vendors, get your business cards for free. There is a 4over4.com that will send you, I don't remember how many business cards for free, but they do them. And then, of course, don't forget, you can also do digital cards. Then you're going to want to start telling everyone. And I don't mean make it weird, but you'd be surprised how many people love to talk about travel. So all you have to do is really just start talking about it and then inform them, oh, I'm a travel advisor. As well, get reviews on your page. Start building the reviews. The reviews are really going to come into play once people start checking your social media. So start working on them as you start building your clientele. And if you book any of your friends or family, have them do reviews for you too. Social media posts. When it comes to the marketing, you can, of course, register with Canva for free. There's trainings inside the treat sheet for you to learn how to use them. You want to start talking about mock bookings and deals at least once a week for social media. And then, of course, make sure you have BranchUp and Ralio set up. Now, you can, of course, use BranchUp. It only goes to Facebook, so don't be afraid to cross-post it to Instagram. But the automated marketing is going to be good for you to just go in there and add one or two posts. If you want to do one post a day or two posts a day, however you want to do that, you can go in there and do that, because something's automatically posting, and then you can just add to it. So you have a base foundation. You also want to learn about ads and copyrights. So for Disney, you have to get the copyright from travel agents. I have the training inside the cheat sheet on how to do it. Be careful about Carnival's super secret deals. Super secret deals are only given to us. You can tell them about the deal, but you can't give them the rate code or any specifics of it. It's only for us. If you use Profit Agility, just screenshot this. Just screenshot this slide, guys. If you use Profit Agility, do not share the inside of the rooms, because that is someone's house. They're like condo rentals sometimes. So you have to be very careful about what you use for Profit Agility. And when it comes to Disney, Disney does have a copyright restriction. So you want to make sure that you're using the Disney travel agent site or their social media platforms that they give permission to us to use. You can see them on Disney. It'll tell you exactly what to use for their copyrights. Of course, video marketing is always hot. It always has been. People like to watch things. But when it comes to the music, please be careful on ads, and then try to use the ones that are given for the platform. I say that because sometimes it can restrict you, and you don't want to find out that you're restricted after all that hard work. Once you get set up on all your platforms and you feel confident enough, I want you to go in. The next step is going to be for you to make your first post. This can be either an announcement, This can be a mock booking. We have trainings on mock bookings in the cheat sheet. This can be some of the deals. It can be anything, but I just want you to start posting. A lot of us have this problem where we talk ourselves out of posting because we want it to be so perfect. Just post it. They don't care. They're not sitting there going, oh my God, she made a mistake on this part right here. They're not doing that. Only you are. So make a post. Start talking to people. Get out there. Because the more that you are just posting, the more you show up on your feed. Then how does this work? So you're posting, you're getting out there, you're building up the momentum. Then a client's going to see it, right? They need to see it 8 times. That 8 times is easily taken by BranchUp, Ralio, and then you're posting in between it. Now they've seen you 8 times. Guess where they're going to go? The Jotform, right? But we already have our link tree set up. So your link is in your bio. So they can go immediately to your link tree, find your Jotform, and then book an inquiry with you. Do you see how this is all set up for a reason? That's why we're going in and building the brand first. Then we're making the contact form. Then we're setting up our platforms. Then we're launching. Now we're comfortable. Now we're going to make our first post. There's all of a process that goes into this, and you cannot skip around on this process because it'll really mess you up when it comes to start getting clients. You're not going to have time to go back and be like, oh, I got to set up a link tree. You're not going to find the time for that. So do this part first and then start getting your clients. So once you make your first post, you're going to want to start consistently marketing afterwards. Make weekly ads following the 4-2-1 process. Oh, I love the 4-1-2 process. Consider your market and how the ads will impact them. When you're doing this 4-2-1 process, which I'll explain in a second, the 4-2-1 process is going to circulate around this market. You have 3 different types of marketing. It has hot market, warm market, and cold. When you're making your post, make sure it hits one of them. So my first post can be about something that's going to hit my close family and friends. Then I'm just going to post something general about social media, and then the rest of the world. I have a whole training on objective marketing, which this is what that is. But essentially, just consider everyone when you're posting. Don't just do certain posts that are only going to fit for certain people. Make sure you follow through with posting the same content on all your platforms. TikTok first. If you're going to post on TikTok, always go TikTok first, because TikTok looks through the algorithms to see if you've posted it anywhere else. So post it there so it doesn't hurt your views. And then follow it on Instagram, Facebook, etc. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Connection with your clients is important. We don't have to be spammy. We just say, hey, this is what I can do for you, and this is how I do it. Social media is supposed to be fun, and make sure you keep it light. No political stuff, no weird things that you might follow, or just keep it about travel, educate them, share fun facts, share cool locations, and it's a great start on getting clients. Now, the 4-2-1 process. So the 4-2-1 process was designed to make sure that your consistent content is created weekly or daily to keep your followers interested. This is one that's set up for a whole week, right? Depending on how you want to do this. So you need 4 engagement posts, 2 travel related posts, and at least 1 hard sell, which would be either a mock booking or ad a week. So these engagement posts, here's some examples. Travel tips are great engagement posts. Memes like this guy, if traveling was for free, you never see me again. That's a great way to get content shared around, because that's something that someone wants to share. And then travel related posts could be anything from different locations, like across the world. If you want to do just some information about Dominican Republic or about a resort. And then 1 hard sell would be actually where you're listing prices. So those 4-2-1 process is a great start. If you guys want to screenshot it, I'll leave it there for a second. But this is just for you to get your bearing. I do a lot of trainings on different types of posts. I actually just did one, and it's in the cheat sheet. You'll see it, but it's called travel agent or travel posts that you should be posting and where. So if you need help with this process, check out that training. Social media scheduling. So first we have BranchUp and Ralio. BranchUp only goes to Facebook and LinkedIn, but now we have Ralio that's inside Cruising Power, right down here, that goes to all the platforms. So those 2 things are automatically scheduled for you, but you're gonna wanna start going in and scheduling your own post too. So you're definitely gonna wanna check out Meta Business Suite, which is gonna be set up for your Facebook and Instagram business accounts. It'll connect them together. On there, you can click Planner, and be able to select times when you post your content. You can also create a whole schedule and multi-post the content to Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So these three things right here are going to be your main scheduling when you first start posting. Branch Up, automatically set up for you. Ralio, automatically set up for you. But you can go in on Meta Business Suite and start scheduling it out. Marketing suggestions. I have these set in here because they have been in every phase 2 training that I've ever attended. So I put them in here as well. But it's just something that you can do if you want to think outside of the box. One of the things that can make you different as a travel advisor is something that you did that nobody else thought of. So local advertising, even brochures, flyers, business cards, etc., and local stores. I've seen people put them on those grocery store bulletins. You guys remember those? Laundromats, books. I've seen them even leave things in luggage too. It's a good way. But one of the online ones would be joining Facebook groups. So you can join them from a personal page. When you first set up your business page, you can't actually join the groups. You have to join it from a personal page. But one of the things I really suggest too, so I highly recommend joining Facebook groups. You can do them on your phone when you're bored, just sitting there, right? So when you first set up your business page, guys, you can't actually join a Facebook group from your business page for the first 30 days. You have to be like established, and then you can actually join them straight from your business page. So when you're first starting, just join from your personal, and then you can join as many as you want, but make sure you read the rules on them. Make sure you don't overstep because you can get kicked out. And then when you're posting, I've seen that you can technically post like 5 or 6 groups at one time. So if you're sharing a post into the group, you can share up to 5 or 6 of them, but be careful because so many times they can think that you're spam. So don't overstep it. All right. So before we go to the next page, I want to tell you real quick about something really cool inside Ralio as well. So Ralio can also be used as a scheduler, and it includes TikTok. So if you want to schedule through there, you can. And it also has a built-in AI assistant. So if you need help writing your post, it can help you with that. So these 3 platforms are really good for you to just get set up with your marketing and get everything streamlined so you can really go in and start creating your own post. Okay, now what's next? All right, so now we're marketing. We already got our business launch, everything's set up. What do we do now? That's the biggest question I get. What do I do now? First, we're going to work on our new agent program. If you have one, if you don't even have one of those, that cheat sheet that I'm about to give you is filled with so many different things that you can just pick one and start going. But finish any new agent program. I always find that agents, when they get set up at a certain part, they just stop working on this program. Your mentor and your platinum probably have made a beautiful program for you. Just check it out. If not, there's even one in the back office. But there's something made there for you. Don't stop just because you've gotten to a certain point and you have enough to do. Please make sure you go back to it because it's going to be one of those few steps that you didn't go back to that you're going to miss. Once you have done all of that, then you're really going to start marketing. Marketing is something that you need to sit down and schedule in advance. Once it's scheduled, though, you're not going to have anything to do, right? You're going to be like, okay, I've already scheduled my marketing. What do I do now? Now it's time to start learning your audience, checking your analytics, seeing what's working, what's not working. And then, of course, in the process of that, you want to continue your education. But first, let's get marketing, okay? Market. The biggest goal is to get the client. The rest is easy. And I mean that with my whole heart. The biggest thing that your main focus when you are marketing, when you start doing everything, is to get the client. You can train for days, but we don't get paid to train here. We get paid for bookings. So when you are setting up, okay, I now have everything launched. Now I'm marketing. What are we doing? Working on getting our first client. You can do that by developing a plan for marketing. Of course, you can plan post in advance for less stress. And like I said, a buyer on average needs to see you 8 times. So consider that buyer's process and how you can hit every single need inside of those 8 times so they can become not only just people that are watching you post, but actual inquiries. Another pro tip for you, make sure that you have ChatGPT become your best friend. Create an account with them and start talking to them. List your quote form or your link tree, which one you want to do, everywhere. And then, another one. When you just write this down for now. Right now, you're not going to have time to do this. But once you get everything set up inside Agent Universe, now this is for US only, but inside Agent Universe, they have a profiler. If you go in and complete your profiler, then it's going to get you listed in your city. So it can put you like how many reviews you get, etc. If you start building it, it's another great lead generator. So make sure that when you get done with everything, put Agent Universe on your list because you will absolutely love them. Now, we have continuing education. Guys, get certified in what you will sell. It really will help you sell it better once you get certified. On top of that, getting certified is going to give you a lot of better discounts and deals, complimentary stays, incentive vouchers, even fam trips can come just from getting certified. Now, you can find those certifications on your daily training schedule. There will be certain ones that we're completing throughout the week. If you haven't already, you probably will see Marnie Hernandez too. She does a lot of certifications. So if you ever need help getting certified, just go to Marnie Hernandez YouTube page, which is in the cheat sheet, and she can help you get with certified. She walks you through the process with them. Then we also have really cool certifications for later on that you guys can check out individually with the vendors and also on Travel Agent Academy and Travel Agent University. But make sure that you only train for what will help you sell. Do not overload yourself with trainings because we do not get paid for training. We need to be trained, yes, but we also need to work on the main goal, which is getting clients. Get certified in your niche, and then, of course, check your team websites, groups, or messengers and Discords for the daily schedule. If not, you can also check Evolution Enterprises. It's be posted there for what the corporate will be doing. You can also log into your back office. There's also trainings there for you. And then, of course, Archer Travel does trainings normally Monday through Friday on a different vendor for the week. So you guys have a lot of different options for trainings. We don't recommend attending every one of them, but find one that can really progress you further in being the travel advisor that you want to be. All of this is building up to profit potential. Honestly, that's what we're trying to do is make sure that you maximize every tool that you have as a travel advisor so you can start making income. So travel wise, you're going to start building this trust from all these posts that you're doing, etc., setting up your platforms. You're building a brand so you can gain trust from potential buyers with that consistency and knowledge that you were posting. On top of that, once you start getting the clientele, we also are going to teach you guys about later on how to close the deals, how to do all of the different type of quote forms and all of the fancy stuff that you guys can do. And that way you can start getting your clients, turning them into bookings, and then building your clientele base. But what you're doing isn't just going to have that profit potential just with travel. That consistency of marketing and setting up your platforms can also actually get you set up to be monetized. So I monetized on Facebook. I'm also monetized on YouTube. Those are my two platforms that I get monetized on. And I do that by consistently posting. So you're also working towards something else, just not even alone with travel, but you can also make money elsewhere just by doing what we do every day. You can also review products that are close to your niche, like Amazon products. You can start reviewing the products, making commission off of them. And there are a lot of travel products that we talk about. So you can really hone in on that later on. I'm just giving you guys different ideas here. And then later, if you get really high up there and you start doing really well, you can earn brand partners and get sponsored. I have seen a lot of us will get sponsored with different types of clothes because we're traveling. What's the best clothes? What's the best shoes, etc. So there's even brand partners that would want to collaborate later on once you get set up and going. So that way you can start making money on that too. The reason I talk about all this is because I want you to see like the bigger picture of it. I know it seems like a lot to build, but it's going to get set up once you get this done, get this done. And it's like that. You always have something to do, always another way to gain a client, but consider yourself successful if you can do a small progression every day. So a lot of people ask me after they get launched, what does your daily schedule look like? I always, of course, look over the weekly and daily training schedule. If there's a training on there that I see is beneficial for me, I will attend it. Attend, of course, what you can. And then I want you to make a goal. Make a goal for this month, whatever that goal is, whether if it's something even for the week, set up my social media platform, make a goal, and then I want you to track and see all the goals that you are going to be accomplishing in this. Because something like setting up your social media platform seems small, but it's a small part of the big process of what you're doing. And that you're going to start email, call, text, responding, all of this. Okay. You're going to process quotes. And then you can even create mock bookings and ads to post because your social media eventually will be scheduled. That's what you're working towards, right? And then you're going to have this free time. So if you see a good deal, you can go in there on one of your days and just post it. when I'm posting, I'm going to check and see how this one did. I'm going to check on this platform and this platform because certain posts will work better for certain types of platforms. Also, we're advertising, we're marketing, we're talking. And then any of the supplier, vendor, or marketing trainings that we want to get certified in, we might do those as well. So this just gives you an idea of what you can do in your daily schedule and how any of these kind of tasks are going to help better put you ahead of the game when it comes to travel. So I have given you a lot of information today, and I'm going to share a cheat sheet with you to set everything up so you can go through it and mark it off. But everything that I've given you today is just another way for you to get a client. Do you have to do all of them? Absolutely not. But I promise you, it's one of these steps in here that's going to help you get that platform started or to get your process started. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. This is something that really can hit you in the beginning. A lot of us are so afraid that we're going to fail that we actually talk ourselves out of actually trying to do this. So complete the process. Do everything slowly if you have to. If you want to do everything fast, that's fine, but make sure you do it in order. Don't skip around. Complete it each day, knock something off, and you are going to be even more successful because you have actually went and sat down, learned how to do this, and then you're going to be like me in 3 years, being able to even teach about it probably, right? Keep at it, stay consistent, stay connected, and I wish you all the best of luck and success in the travel industry. So I'm going to head over to my studio now. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them there. I'm also going to show you the cheat sheet really quick so you guys can take a look at it, and then I'm going to drop that in the chat. And if you need anything from me, I will be in the studio. So real quick, let's show this cheat sheet. So here's the cheat sheet that I'm going to share with you now. It has everything that we've went over. So I just want you in here. You're going to hit file. You're going to make a copy of it once I give it to you, and then you can edit it. Then you can go through here and just check all of this out. Do not request to be an editor because it will not give you access because I don't want you editing the doc. So just make sure you make a copy of it, please. And then you can come in here and just everything I've talked about. Platforms, Facebook business page setup. Even I have all of them in here. Finding your niche. If you need a new agent planner, the launch script, marketing help if you need it, even groups that you can join. I got it all for you. Scheduling, social media, mock booking trainings. This is going to probably change over time, so feel free to check it out, but you're going to see all of these kind of get updated, so you never know what you're going to really find in here. But yeah, it's going to be yours to use, and I will share it now for you. And if you guys need anything else, just let me know in the chat and I will be there to help. See you there.